Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. There's a list of 7 properties today, which is about a third the size of yesterday's list. So it's pretty small. We'll try and get through at a reasonable pace so you can go on with your day, but still at the same time be informed about Milton real estate. So the first one is this building on Nadalin Heights. And the question mark for me, Mattamy built this building, and they built some similar 4-story condos down in Burlington, which I've been in. Haven't been in this building yet, but I drove past it as it was being built, and as far as I could tell, there wasn't a lot of concrete there. It was mostly wood frame construction, same as the ones in Burlington. And if you go in that building, the floors are squeaky. As it's settled, it kind of feels a little bit less stable than if you go in some of the other buildings in town. So this may be different. I drove past this pretty much every day it was being put up. That's my question mark, and my biggest concern about this building is that over time it's just going to feel a little bit rickety in a big box of matchsticks. Anyways, 2+1 bedroom, over 1,000 square feet, hardwood floors. It's got the stuff at this price range that I think would make it sell. There's no pictures yet, so we'll wait for those. But overall, I'm a little bit hesitant about the building. And if you're watching this video and you have some information about this building, feel free to share it, because I'm operating on the assumption, knowing building in 2014, that they probably used the same concept as they did in Burlington. Hampshire Way, number 146, is 361.9. And so it's actually a very small end unit. There's another end unit in this building that's a lot bigger. There's some live work over on Main Street. It's funny with these pictures because you've got driveway with and without van. Like, I think I could just do without the van picture, seeing as it's sort of overlapping into the sidewalk anyway and doesn't create a great impression. That big green sign on the fridge probably isn't doing them any favors. Same with this one here. So you can see, well, we have the sun here and we have the sun there. You notice that there's just some changes. It's not necessary, really. It's just, I don't know. This room, there's too much going on. A bed with a desk is just too much for the size of this room. Anyway, so it doesn't show very well. The thing it has going for it is it's an end unit. There's another one at 359 in this complex, but it's a middle unit and it's a little bit bigger. And I think it's sort of staged better for showing. So anyway, we'll see what happens with this one. Dalhousie is 383.9. It's a Woodbine, 1,356 square feet. Pot lights, including a couple in the bay window area. Nice built-in for the TV. And hardwood stairs. It's a good model. A lot of them are now trying to reach above the 380 mark. And I think the first person to kind of dip under that in the 375 to 380, sometimes less is more. I had this happen a couple of years ago with a village town where we wanted to sell it at 330. So the decision was, do you put it right at 330 or do you put it up at like 333, 335 and just kind of leave a bit of negotiating room? But because there was a cluster up in the 330s, we said, let's run this hard at 329.9, and lo and behold, somebody paid us 330, a little bit over asking, and it was only one offer. But we got them so afraid that the next person was going to buy it that we were able to do that. So less really was more in that case because we were the first to sell beyond all the other ones. So that's the positioning and the strategy, and having the experience of knowing the best way to handle that. So I think, I guess the bottom line as it relates to that listing is that if they were at 379.9, it might even double their impression and their traffic. So is it worth it to kind of hold when everybody else is up in the 380s? I don't know. I mean, that's really the comfort level of the seller more than anything, and also the agent's advice. So McClenahan is 407.5, and it's been on the market before. In July, it came out at 417, so they're down a bit. It doesn't create a super sort of emotional response. The borders in the rooms, I mean, it's a little bit old-fashioned inside. The layout is not my favorite. It kind of winds around, and then, anyway, it's Wouldn't be my first pick at this price range, although townhouses are getting harder to find at that size, over 1,500 square feet for 410. There's some Mattamy homes that have sold same size as that one for 430, 440. So in a way, I get where the value is at, and I think they're going to get a lot of response just because of the size at that price. Now this one here on Hampshire is one of the larger units. We've seen 60-20 dairy. A couple of them have gone over 400. The same model actually sold, it took them a couple months to do it, but it sold it in the mid, we'll call it 415 or so. I can't tell you the exact price because of privacy laws, unfortunately. Anyway, this one is dressed up very well. The photography is good. I like the sliding door on the side here. There's a little bit of a porch where you can have a barbecue. The thing is, at 427, you don't have to live in a 3-story home. It doesn't really have a backyard. You can go 2-story, you can go finished basement, you can go, backyard, you can go green space. So there's a lot of different options that buyers start to have as the 400 range opens up, which is what makes it a little bit harder and sometimes stretches out the price range there. So it overlooks, there's a park just over here, and the live work stuff is over on the side. And then you've got the Bristol on Main 4-story condos over there. So Cardinal Court, I looked this up because Cardinal is such a rare street. It's not like I didn't know where it was. I mean, it's just off Laurier here. It's the first street west of Commercial. You've got Milton District High School right here, so it's very close to that. There's a Catholic elementary school right here. Bronte Meadows Park has just been updated. You've got all your shopping. You can go to Tim Hortons. You can go to Dairy Queen down the street. So it's nice location. The street, there's only there's 9-10 homes on the street. Last sale was 5 years ago, just to give you a sense of time between sales. Now, just down the road, there was a split level, kind of like this one, with a double garage, renovated home, with a pool, backing onto the school, and that one didn't get much more than $529,900. It did get more, but I like the renovations they've done in here. I'd expect a little bit more for this kind of price range. It's on almost a 60 by 125 foot lot. It's got the walkout from the lower level, which I think is a very nice feature to have, and a beautiful lot with a hot tub there. So there is a lot going for it. To me, my initial thought, without seeing it in person, is that the price might seem a little bit high. But again, go there, see it, comparison shop, look at what else is on the market right now. Solomon is $549,900. It's 1938 square feet. It faces a pond, which to me is probably a quarter as valuable as backing onto the pond. So typically you back onto a pond, we're adjusting it somewhere between maybe $10,000, $15,000, maybe $20,000 on the high side. If you're facing a pond, maybe $5,000, maybe if that. It's nice to have, but most of your living space, your kitchen, your family room, and your master bedroom are usually now in modern building on the back side of the house. So you don't even get a lot of views there unless you're standing by your front door, you're sitting on your front porch. We have the same model for sale for $20,000 less with hardwood floors, bit of a different kitchen configuration, but I would say definitely go to that one. It's 933farmstead.com, and there's 4 bedrooms upstairs on this one plus laundry, and there's not even a fence. Go over to Farmstead, got a fence. So there's some bonuses there, and it says no neighbors directly behind. I have a feeling that's because there's a curved street behind, so there's nothing directly here. It sort of curves around. I think the price is a little bit high. There's a lot of detached homes right now in probably like the 510 to like 540 range that are actually quite good. So that's the list for today, 7 properties. If you have any questions about anything we talked about today, if you want to make a commentary on the Nadlin condos, feel free to do that. And that's it for the day. See you tomorrow. Take care.